Morning, folks. Heading up the mountain here to see if I can't find some wolves or wolf tracks. But I'll tell you what, you get up here above the fog, it sure is a pretty day. Blue sky and sunshine. Down there in the valley floor, we got 90% humidity, which is really not very normal for here. We don't usually have that high a humidity, and it was about 10 degrees when I left the house, so that makes it really cold. I mean, you know, 10 degrees is cold, but it's not that bad for around here. Usually 10 below is more common, but I don't know, last few years it hasn't been. We've had warmer temperatures through the winter, but the humidity usually isn't there, and that dampness in the air really makes things kind of miserable. I know my friend Bruce is gonna give me crap, but here I got toolboxes now. They're empty, but I got toolboxes. Shoot, I need to take some time there and sort through all my stuff and put them in those ammo cans. But I do have my shovel, and I have my axe, and I have some of that synthetic winch rope. It's supposed to be good. Geez, I don't know, an unbelievable amount of pressure. I think braking strength on that is supposed to be something like 30,000 pounds. It's hard to believe that it could be that much with that little. It's just a rope that's, I mean, no bigger around than my finger. But anyway, I got that, and I got a come along and all that good stuff, but I don't have any actual tools. Very few, anyway. Hopefully I don't need them. And I got an email, found out who it was that sent me that Trapper J predator braid. So thank you very much, Ken. That was an awful nice thing for you to do. I'll have to try that out if I can just manage to find some wolves. Been watching for tracks. There's a lot of older tracks, and they got snow in them, so it's really hard to tell what they are. I don't think they're big enough to be wolves. Those are big enough. They need a closer look. That could be wolves. Well, from a distance, these tracks look bigger and further spaced than what they are. They're just coyotes. Several of them, though, or one real active one. There's some otter tracks coming out of the water right there, going along sliding on the ice. More otter tracks come out of that little hole in the ice. Slid on his belly a couple times. Went back into under the ice right there. Very cool. You know, otter, they're just a big weasel. And they're cute, they're playful, sociable little critters, but they are mean and nasty too. Well, you get one of them cornered and they are just downright vicious. This last summer, I think it was in Idaho on the Snake River, if I remember right. But fighting my way through the brush here. Anyway, these ladies were inner tubing, and some otters attacked them. Really chewed them up. One gal, she was bad off. They pretty well ate her face off. They're not. They may be cute, but don't trust them. Another otter track. This otter is really funny. He's a long ways from the road, or from the water, I mean. Fox or coyote tracks. Quite a few of them. And there's some old tire ruts here. I don't know when the last time it actually snowed was. But there has been at least one other trapper that I know of back here. I don't know if he's still around or not. But I got a couple of trail cameras I want to put out. I don't know, I could probably drive up here. The snow isn't very deep, but my tires, they're just street tires. And they don't have the best tread on them. And I'd probably have no troubles, but I don't really want to bother with trying to have to dig out either. I should have, my dogs are in the truck. I should have probably let them come, but like I say, I know where my traps are. I don't know where somebody else's might be. And I don't know, I don't want them caught. I'm not really seeing a whole lot of anything to get too excited about here. The last time we were up here, me and Cindy, I did find a wolf turd. And about a month before that, I found another one on this road. So I kind of have an idea that they are coming through here. Just when, you know. The trouble with wolves, just because you're not finding any sign doesn't mean they're not there. They tend to come through every 2 or 3 weeks. And man, it makes it tough because they don't hang out in one spot. And when they do come through, there's tracks. When they don't, a tiny little skiff of snow, and if you do find the tracks, you can't tell for sure what they are. So, I don't know. It's frustrating, but it's kind of what makes this whole thing fun, too. If it was easy, it wouldn't be much of a challenge, would it? Well, I got my cameras set out. I don't know. I mean, there's tracks here, but they're too small to be wolves. Coyotes, fox. I haven't seen any pine marten tracks all winter long. Bound to be a few around, but they You know, they got a pretty good survival strategy for predators, and they run up a tree. But with a forest fire, running up a tree is kind of a bad place to be. And I have a feeling that quite a few of them got burned up. This area right here, I mean, that's on the edge of the fire. It's quite a ways away from it, actually. So there's probably some around. But I haven't seen really any sign of them. Pine marten season goes until the end of January. So I really should put some traps out for them. They're bringing about like they normally do. I don't know, it's not a whole lot of money, but it's fun to try to catch them. They're a little bit like wolves in a way, in the fact that they kind of travel a ways. They come through an area and then they're gone again, and they're kind of a neat little animal. They're pretty, that's for sure. They got that big patch of orange on their chest, you know. Now, I was really hoping to find a spot that I could put out some snares. I threw a bucket of them in today, and I got foot traps in the truck too, but I don't see any reason to come up here and spend the gas. There's just really not any sign. Not yet, anyway. I'll come back in a few days and try again and see what if anything's on these cameras, and look again for some tracks. But I don't know. If I can just find just a little sign somewhere, I'd put out a fairly good sized bait and see what happens. But the way it is right now, I mean, they're so scattered and so few and far between that the birds would just eat the bait and I wouldn't get anything anyway. Just a lot of time and effort and hassle. Now, lots of rabbit tracks. There ought to be a few bobcats around, but I haven't seen any tracks from them today. Now that's fox. But that would still be a place where you might even think about putting a trap, but not up here. But see, like a spot like that. Look at this. Let's see, maybe it's too close. That's a perfect spot for a snare. Put it right here. There's lots of good spots. This little gap through the trees here even, but I don't know. Keep looking. Well, here's an old marten set. Hasn't been used for a while, it looks like. But coffee can wired upside down, and these nails, they should be bent out straight. Your trap would sit on top of them. Bait in the can. Looks like it's been here a while. I wonder whose that was. Can't believe how far away from the water this otter is. He really did some traveling. Over that way there is another creek that comes in. I imagine he's just cutting off the corner, but pretty far ways to go from water. I didn't think they went that far away. They're kind of vulnerable on land, but like I say, they are pretty vicious, so maybe he's got nothing to worry about. I don't know. It's really pretty neat. You can see where he slid down the hill here. And then this kind of climbs again, so he went to running. Till he can slide again. Yeah, running along here, and then another big slide mark. Pretty cool. Really like to have seen him doing it. More footprints. Another belly slide. You know, those things, you watch them running and playing, and I mean, they're a predator. They're hunting all the time. They're looking for something to eat. They're not just playing, but boy, it looks like they have a lot of fun. They, I mean, they climb up on a hill like that and slide back down it and do it over and over. And I don't know. Looks like they really enjoy themselves. Here it is again. Whee! Those tracks. If I had to guess, I'd say that's probably a moose. Pretty neat. I'd like to see one of those. Well, one thing's for certain, and that is that my traps are going to catch nothing in the back of my truck. The only thing they're going to catch is dust. Not even that this time of year. A little bit of frost. With the price of gas and the amount of time this takes, right now I'm probably 20 miles from home. Figure 40-mile round trip, amount of gas and stuff, and an all-day deal. You got to do it every 72 hours or less. So it adds up to some money. You really kind of want to set on sign. You don't really want to just throw them out there and hope for the best. Well, anyway, turn this on again, I guess, if I see something interesting, but if not, thanks for watching, and see you next time. Some elk up there on top of that ridge. Where there's elk, there's probably wolves lurking somewhere. But those are a long ways up there. Can't believe the lack of snow. That hillside is bare. In the shady spots over here by the creek, it was almost knee deep, but in the sunshine, there's nothing.